You know, I figured if there was any movie to start looking like a professional with the lighting situation and the backdrop situation, I just thought Avengers Infinity War would be that time to change it up. It's 10 years from Marvel, it's been 2 or 3 years of me YouTubing. Time to keep up on quality control. Time to look nice. Everything in the past 10 years from Marvel has been leading up to this. Avengers Infinity War. I saw it last night. Oh boy, I was not disappointed one bit. Just a little bit of a warning, this entire video is going to be spoiler free. This movie deserves 2 videos, right? It's such a big ass movie, there's so much to talk about in the spoilers, so I will say this entire video will be spoiler free. Enjoy. Thanos is going around the galaxy and he's trying to collect all the Infinity Stones, and somehow the Avengers learned about it one way or another, and next thing you know, pretty much all the Avengers are trying to stop Thanos from getting all 6 Infinity Stones, because shit will go fucking crazy if he gets all 6. And that's pretty much it. The Avengers, not all Avengers see all other Avengers in this movie. There's very split. It's basically 3 teams in this movie. You have the Guardians plus Thor. You have Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Vision are kind of doing their own thing. Then you have all the people in Wakanda. You got Cap, Bucky, Black Panther, Black Widow, Okoye, everybody from Wakanda, blah, 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 blah. Way too many fucking characters for a movie review that I'm trying to keep simplified. So I'm just going to go ahead and not go over those details. Just by the very nature of this film, it's very hard to do because you need to give each character their time to shine, or at least a moment or a scene or something. And I think the Russo brothers actually did a really good job with getting every character at least some amount, some role, some kind of role. Obviously, no matter what, some characters are going to be left out. And I actually have one character that I think would have definitely deserves to be in the movie at some point. I'm not going to say who it is, obviously, for spoiler reasons. We'll talk about who that character is in the spoiler section. Don't worry, I won't forget. What to say about the action in this movie? Well, there's plenty of it, and all of it is great. Every single fight scene in this movie was well choreographed or well CGI'd, I think. And it was fantastic, it was exciting, there was just plenty of action in this movie, all different kinds of action from all the different movies that we've seen, whether it be, Doctor Strange's mystical shit, we got Captain America's like brawler style of fighting, Spidey, blah, 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 Iron Man, Black Panther, just so many different kinds of action, and all of it, every single bit of it, I think was fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip all of the usual bullshit that I go through when I get to a movie review. I'm just gonna get to the part that I wanna talk about. That's Thanos. Thanos in this movie, what to say about him? He is definitely the greatest Marvel villain to date. There's no question about that, because first of all, there was almost no other villain in Marvel that's had so much time to be developed, if you want to call it that, or just screen time or hyped up or whatever you want to call it. So just understand that I understand that he's had time to be hyped up, but that doesn't take away from the fact I'm talking about in this movie. You're going to hear all kinds of reviewers and all your friends talking about it. This is Thanos' story. This is Thanos' quest to get all the Infinity Stones. Words can't explain how much I love Thanos in this movie. Thanos, you could tell, obviously, he's powerful just from the very opening scene in this movie. The opening scene in this movie, I'm not going to say exactly what it is, obviously, but just put it this way. The opening scene in this movie tells you exactly who Thanos is as far as like what he's capable of doing and who and what and how he can fuck something up, even without the Infinity Stones. So you get that sense of the Titan, of the fucking guy, Thanos. But what's nice about the way that they did Thanos was that he's a guy still. He's very humanized in this movie. He has a lot of emotions. I wouldn't say emotions, but he's feeling. He's not just a complete mindless robot fucking going around destroying, just collecting Infinity Stones. There's a motive behind it. He has purpose. It's almost like he thinks that he is a higher calling. It's like that old phrase. I can't think of the phrase right now. What the hell is that phrase? Oh, every bad guy believes that what he's doing is good, or that he's the hero of his own story, or something like that. That's the Thanos that you're gonna get in this movie, and personally, I love the way that they took Thanos in this movie. It's almost like you're going inside of Thanos' head and seeing what he's seeing. And Josh Brolin's performance is just the way he sounds. It's just the way he delivers his lines. It's also the fact that the CGI is really on par. You can really, like, if you stare closely at Thanos in the movie, you can see, like, Josh Brolin. I know that I think the movie would have sucked if it was just Josh Brolin going around playing some big fucking purple douchebag. Yo, where my Infinity Stones at, dude? Great performance. And also, the note in there is that the CGI is really good. Thanos' CGI, specifically, top notch. I meant when I said, too, you can literally see, like, Josh Brolin just kind of, like, if you look at his mouth and his nose, I don't know, it's creepy, but still, good job. But the big thing that's important here is the hype. Thanos was hyped up to no end. We needed to see on screen for real that he could, if he wanted to, kill some Avenger, and obviously he could. Which is kind of a nice segue into the motif of Marvel films, which is comedy. Comedy is like a staple to Marvel films. Doesn't matter how serious the movie has to have some kind of comedy, some one-liner. The movie is funny. I'm gonna say this. My favorite joke from the movie, my favorite line, was from Iron Man. Go figure, he's funny as fuck. And he's talking to one of the guys of the Black Order, or whatever they're called. I'm not going to ruin the joke, but I will say this. It's about, what the hell's his name? Ebony Maw, something, Ebony Maw. I think Maw. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But my point is, eventually, the situation at hand for all different groups of Avengers that are all around the galaxy, the situation does eventually weigh on every single character, and they finally realize that, holy shit, this is it. This is the fucking thing. All life could be eliminated. So they do eventually strip away the comedy, which is actually very necessary. And I think that it was very bold of them at the end, the third act of the film, I should say, to start withering away the comedy and like let the situation weigh on everything that's happening right now. Action was phenomenal, comedy was great, all the characters were great. Some characters aren't in the movie, which I will consider a negative of the movie, but at the same time, the characters that we're missing, they're missing for a reason. They don't matter. They don't fit in. Not to say they don't matter, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just there's no place for them in Infinity War. Then of course you got Thanos, fucking greatest Marvel villain to date or some shit like that. The motherfucker can he can pull a moon. Who will fucking do that? But as I somewhat teased before, the movie's not perfect. It definitely has at least one flaw, maybe two flaws. I will say the movie is not far from perfect. It's pretty damn good. It's up there in my top 5 Marvel movies for sure. However, I will give this movie an award for the darkest Marvel movie to date, probably forever. I'm gonna give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Just because the hype was very real doesn't mean that the movie lives up to everything that the hype was. What I mean by that is just because the movie was fantastic doesn't mean that there isn't a flaw here and there. The big flaw, namely, is this character that I keep mentioning that I think they could have used more of. I will bring this character up in the spoiler video, I promise you. I don't know why it sounds like I'm putting this film down. I'm really not. I had a great time with this movie. Yeah, I should really think about the way I say things. Hope you enjoyed this spoiler-free video. I will be posting a spoiler-filled discussion sometime. Hope you guys love this movie as much as I did. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.